Hi guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the book A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green. Now this book is the sequel to the book An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, so I won't be talking about what this book's about since that would spoil the first book for anyone who hasn't read it yet. But I do have a review for the first book on my channel, so you can watch that if you want to. And if you haven't read this book, there will be spoilers in this review, so stop watching if you don't want to be spoiled. With that said, here's my review for the book A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green. Since the first book was all in April's point of view, except for the ending, which was in Andy's, I really liked how in this book we got to see from Maya, Andy, and Miranda's point of view. It was really nice to see what they were thinking and how each of them were dealing with April being gone. I really liked seeing how determined Maya was about April not really being dead. I did feel sorry for Maya's parents since they believed that April really was dead and they were concerned about Maya, which I completely understood. But seeing how determined Maya was about finding April was really inspiring. I was both intrigued and creeped out about the book that Andy got. I mean, I wanted to know if it had anything to do with April or Carl, but I was also creeped out that the book knew everything that Andy was doing and also told him what to do. And it was also annoying that he couldn't tell anyone about the book or else it would stop working. Even though I knew that Andy would tell Miranda to apply for a job at Peter's laboratory because the book told him to do it, I was still nervous about how things would go when Miranda got to the laboratory because Peter would know about her connection to April. And things definitely didn't go well. I liked seeing things from Maya, Andy, and Miranda's point of view, but I was also really happy to get back into April's point of view because I really wanted to know what happened to her. Obviously, I understood why Carl had to reconstruct her because of the fire, but I was also wondering how Maya, Andy, and Miranda were going to react when they saw April. Carl was definitely a mystery in the first book, so I was glad but also surprised that we got to see from Carl's point of view in this book. I was not expecting that, but I did think it was nice that we got to learn more information about Carl. It was really great to see April and Maya together again, but I didn't blame Maya for having questions. I mean, if I was Maya, I would also have a lot of questions. And I was also wondering how everyone else was going to react when they found out that April was back. It was interesting to learn that the reality game Fish was created by Carl's brother. I always thought Carl was mysterious, but based on what Carl said about their brother, it was clear that Carl's brother was very dangerous. I had a feeling that something was going to go wrong when Miranda went to Peter's laboratory. So when she found out that she wasn't there to work, she was being held prisoner, I was just hoping that she would escape somehow, or that someone would find out and come save her. I was really happy when Andy saw Maya and April, but I also didn't blame Andy for how he reacted. I mean, if I had a friend who disappeared and was presumed dead and they jumped out of a cake, I would probably pass out too. I really loved Andy and Bex together, but I also didn't blame Bex for leaving after Andy went into the premium space after being with Bex. I mean, it was clear that she really liked him, but he was more interested in finding out what else was in the space. Yes, he did feel bad about it, but it was still a jerk move, so it was good that things worked out between them. I didn't blame April for being upset when Carl said that they knew that the guy who shot Maya was coming to the cabin, but they let it happen so that April and Maya would understand the danger of the situation. But I was a little upset when April wanted to leave without Carl, since Carl said that if they weren't with April and Maya, then April and Maya would die. Reading about Miranda being controlled by Carl's brother and being forced to strangle Maya was horrible, especially since Miranda couldn't do anything to stop it. Yes, both Maya and Miranda ended up being okay, but having no control over your body is a really scary thought. The twist that the thread was being controlled by Carl's brother was a surprise, but it was also something I should have seen coming. Since no one knew who created the thread, it made sense that it was Carl's brother. And it also made things complicated since they weren't going to upload the video, but April did it herself. Even though Carl sometimes got on my nerves, it was still really sad when they died, and it was also sad to see how upset April was, even though she had complicated feelings about Carl. But Carl died helping to defeat their brother, so he helped save everyone. I thought it was really sweet that April and Maya named the monkey that Carl had been controlling Paulette, and that Paulette lived with them. And I was also really happy to see April and Maya living together, because it was obvious that they really loved each other. Thanks for watching, guys! If you read the book, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you want to see any of my future videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!